Alright, well, I know most of you, if you don't know me, I'm Graham Walsall, and I want to be the IEEE chair. Why me? My organizational skills are documented. If you check the drive, I have tons of homework up there. If you need any homework from a class that I've taken a year ago, or a quiz, or anything that's been given back to me, I have it organized and ready to go. And I want to do that with IEEE's drive, and I want to organize everything as best as I can. And I'll talk about that more in a minute. My availability, typically, IEEE is where I hang out. I try to be in the IEEE room as much as possible. I live on campus, so I'm always here, and I only work on the weekends. So I can be here, anytime that anyone needs. I want to work on communication. I want to be able to not only be available, but if anyone needs something, I want to be there to answer that. So just for any questions or anything like that, I want to add that. And I've already started serving here. I've been doing the peer mentoring program, which is about it, but that's just been on my own free time. And just go to the next slide. So my priority as the president is going to be fixing up our room. If you've been in the room, you know it's kind of in bad shape. Our floors, that's not acceptable. We need to fix that. And that's going to be the main thing I want to work on. The floors, these floorboards and the doors can slide out of the door. So if you're walking there, you could literally just slip and the floorboard slides onto you. So that's something that honestly needs to be fixed. And the walls and the ceiling, that needs to be fixed as well. Ceiling tiles, that's something that's easy to do. We can change those out quickly. The walls, they need cleaning because they're nasty, honestly. And then I've got a picture over here of the light. It's kind of hard to see, but there's something in there. I'm not sure what, but that needs to be worked on. And our computer, the TV is broken. It's got this line here. It's kind of hard to see from back there, but it's got a line in the middle of it. If you ever use it, it's noticeable. That's the keyboard. This cable is frayed. That's not going to last long. And honestly, it's just an old system. It's not outside of the realm of possibility of upgrading. That can be done. And these are just other general ideas that I have. I doubt we'll be able to get to all of them, but if we can get most of them done, it'd be huge improvements already to what we have. More activities, we can have more things to do. The fantasy football league, that's just a fun idea, but that can be done relatively easily. I want to have a suggestion box. If anyone has any ideas, we can write them down. And I want to make sure that we check that and we get back to you on what we think. Having paper in the room, that'd be nice. It's kind of, right now we have a few reams, but it's typically hard to find paper for the printer. And I want to work on our income. IEEE hasn't had a sponsor or anything like that for a long time. There's not really a good reason for that. We could be putting companies' logos on t-shirts on, we can paint something on the wall even. And that would allow another revenue stream for us to do more things, more activities, and pay for more things. That way it's not coming out of our own pockets. I want to reorganize the drive. Again, I talked about that earlier. It's kind of a crazy system we have going now. It's pretty organized, but I want to standardize everything. That way everyone knows exactly how to upload things where it's easy to find information that you need. We need more cleaning supplies. Paper again, because paper's important. And something that I've noticed is NSBE, they have a focus on going to conferences and getting jobs, and we're starting that with the Green Tech Conference, but I think IEEE can do more to actually support that, because that's why we're here. And that's the things I want to work on. And I've got a list. If anyone wants access to this, I'll give it to you. Make sure you stay on top of it. If you see something that you want done on this list that's not being done, tell me about it. And I'll make sure this is available for anyone who wants it, but it works well if you have people remind you constantly. So aggravate me. Make sure that I do everything on this list, or at least try to. That's why I think I should be the chair. Anyone have any questions for me? For the what? I'd like to find sponsorships. That's typically how that would work. And honestly, I've got a few contacts I can already look at talking to, but I mean, we have so many people here, I'm sure we can find different places to get it. And the dues, it's not a lot of money, but it would help us get closer to, you know, just getting basic things done. Honestly, a lot of the things that I want to fix aren't expensive to do. The floor is going to be a major cost. It's, from what I was looking at, it's going to be a $2,000 to $3,000 project, but
Department's willing to help. We're looking at it. Ryan Peak talks about it with us. We're actually looking to actually do that at the end of the semester.
so, yep.
Do you think you'll have ample time, given that you will be going into senior design?
I am taking 6 hours over the summer, and I'm only going to be taking roughly 11 to 12 hours for my last 2 semesters. So even though senior design is rigorous, I'm still going to have time because I don't have other classes on top of that that are going to be taking up most of my time.
Would you say is your main or first priority to focus on what you do kind of like
Fixing up the room, because it's honestly, it's a mess. It's not hard to clean the walls or fix the floors, and that needs to be done.
Last thing for me, can you guarantee it's polo shirts? Because I've been here since 2014.
I've actually been talking about that. I basically, like, the place that I work, we get our we get shirts from golfballs.com, and they have a service that monograms them. It's $5 per shirt, and it's $100 just to get like the screen. So that's my contact there. I've also got another contact that works with me that's supposed to be able to do it, so I want to look around that, but I can guarantee that we'll get that done. That's not too hard.
oh yeah, well, let's come
Most of the people that have already paid for the shirts.
Huh?
Go out taking last semester, you also paid for shirts.
Those are apparently the
Those are coming in
Yeah.
Tuesday. Yeah, it was a hassle. The person who we were working with, I meant to say this earlier, sorry. The person we were working with got fired. They didn't tell me. They shut her email down, and so I didn't get talked back. I didn't get response for 2.5 to 3 months. But I wasn't on top of it either, so it is my fault. But it was a big mess. Sorry.
Recently, I've noticed a decline in membership over the past few years. How do you plan for recruiting, getting? I mean, I think most of the departments should be part of our business. Maybe every 100% should be part of our business. How do you plan on getting people joined? How do you get people to stay joined, like a member, be an active member?
I think it's honestly communication is a big thing. We need to make sure that people understand that, one, if you're an IEEE, like, you don't necessarily have to go to the room, or you don't necessarily have to do anything. You can join up and get all the benefits of it. But I also want to provide enough opportunities to where if you're joining, you're actually seeing benefits, like the drive or employment opportunities and conferences and whatnot. I want to talk to people who are in charge of NESB and figure that out. But it's incentivizing people to do it.
Following up on his question, so like getting people to join and everything, how active were you in your previous years at UL in IEEE, like attending meetings, doing events, and everything like that?
My first couple of years, I joined IEEE. I went to the first meetings of every year, but I really wasn't that active, around here. But over the past couple of years, I started coming to IEEE room more, and I've been around campus constantly.
How do you plan to get the alumni involved past just speakers for meetings?
I've heard that a lot of alumni are interested in donating to IEEE, and I want to make that a process that's not hard to achieve. So I'd like to set up some kind of Amazon page where they can easily find what we need, and then set up a system where they can easily buy it and send it to us without any hassle or anything like that. That's basically it. All right.
Alright, hi, my name is Nicole McQuarrie and I am running for chair or president. So, one of my main things that I want to focus on is FE review in the coming year. In case anyone doesn't know, it's like a 5 to 6 hour exam consisting of 110 questions spanning over 18 different engineering topics that everyone should be learning in their undergrad degree. And taking it is good because it basically ensures the employer that yes, you do know everything that you're expected to know in your degree. And it's the first exam to pass before you can become a professional engineer in America, which typically gives you a pretty good pay raise in most areas. So the way that I like to do it is one of my really good friends sets up a general review in the fall for everyone. So the first like 7 or 8 topics discussed on their website are general engineering topics, and then past that it's very electrical engineering specific. So in the spring I'd like to set up one that's more electrical specific, and the way that I plan to do this is by going out of my way talking to professors and seeing if anyone would be willing to volunteer and help out with that. I'd also like to set up additional learning opportunities for outside of class. I think the classes teach us a lot, it's great, but there's some things that we don't always learn in classes that are really useful to know going into labs. So I'd like to survey students at various levels, maybe incoming freshmen as well as graduating seniors, and see what some things that they wish that they were taught in classes were. I know that some people graduate without ever soldering in their lives, so I think it would be really great to have some upperclassmen volunteer to help out with the freshmen and really just show them proper soldering skills, because you can learn it on your own, but it's nice to have someone showing you what to do. Depending on the difficulty of the skill, I would go out of my way to ask grad students or professors to run or oversee a workshop just so that we have some more guidance. And if it was grad students, I feel like that could help improve undergrad-grad student relationships, because I feel like that's kind of lacking. Not many of us know a ton of grad students. And yeah, I'd like to do anything from soldering to getting career services to come and do maybe a resume workshop or something. It just depends on what people want. So fundraising. I'd like to brainstorm and initiate fundraisers, because other departments do a lot of fundraising. Like SWE is out there doing it aggressively, like on the streets, like, hey, Society of Women Engineers, help us. And they make like $1,500 a semester doing fundraising. I know last semester they made a lot. So I'd really like to do that. And also reach out to sponsors from industry. So a lot of people have talked about the floors. So yeah, I'd like to use that for the floors. But also some of the workshop materials like I talked about in my previous slides. And also possibly improving labs. I know that we might not be able to do a ton with the money that we get, but some new lab equipment I think would be really good. I'd also like to increase interaction with industry. So aside from just finding speakers, I'd like to set up tours if possible, because I know that a lot of people haven't really seen what goes on in a real engineering job, and I think it would be really good for undergrads to get to go in and see what a day in the life of an engineer is like before you get into the real world, like with an internship or a co-op or a real job. So a little bit about me. I'm a junior pursuing a computer science minor. I have real good time management skills. I'm in multiple organizations, and I've been very involved in the ChemiCore program with the chemical engineers. I really enjoy helping others, and I'm extremely motivated to create a better experience for everyone in the department. So, any questions? Yes.
Same question. I said, how do you plan to involve alumni more past than just, speakers?
I'd like to reach out to them and see if they'd be willing to come in and talk to us a little bit more, and also having them donate would be nice. Setting up tours with them at their companies I think would also be really good, and I think it would help with networking a little bit more than having them as speakers would, because you're around them all day, you see stuff that interests you, you ask questions about it, more so than just having them come speak for a little while, like it's a visual. And I think that would be a lot. Anyone else? Yes.
Will you guarantee that those floors will get fixed if you're voted in? Because I do feel like that is a priority.
I I cannot guarantee that, but depending on the type of feedback that I get, I can prioritize it higher or lower, and I would definitely be willing to do that because they are pretty nasty, and that definitely needs to be done. One thing that I would do is try and go to like local foreign places and like Home Depot and whatnot, and see if they would be willing to donate anything towards that, so that hopefully we can get it for a little bit cheaper. But yeah, really go out of my way to try and talk to them about that.
Okay.
Yes.
Same question that I asked him. How active are you previous years in IEEE going to events and participating?
So I haven't been terribly active in IEEE in previous years. This is the first year that I'm really participating. And since starting to participate, I came here as an out-of-state student knowing absolutely no one. And the reason that I want to do this is because everyone's been super amazing. I've met so many people. It's a really inclusive environment, so I just want to get back to that. I've been very involved in other organizations, so I can be involved, but I would really like to get more involved in IEEE. Yes.
How do you plan to recruit and get members to be more active for IEEE?
Well, like I said, I think that we would have a lot to offer with this. Between the FE review and the potential workshops for undergrads, I feel like that would be a very appealing thing for a lot of people. And sending out emails constantly, they'd see IEEE more and that we offer things. So I feel like that would be a very good way to retain students other than just saying, hey, we have a room in a school share, you know?
Also, I'm wondering, where would you put the workshop idea? Like, would it be involved with classes or like specific areas?
I'm not sure about that, but you can go rent rooms for a certain amount of time in the student union. So based off of the needs of the individual event, we could coordinate around that. Yes. For the FE exam? Okay, so FE has a review test that you can buy for $40, I think, and then the books are a little bit more expensive. We're not allowed to distribute the exam practices or the books, but you can give the material to the professors as teaching material for when they're doing the review sessions. So I think that aside from preparing people for the exam, it would really raise awareness, because the FE is a really important thing and really helpful for your career that not a ton of people talk about, and I'd really like to raise more awareness.